Good morning. It's Monday, and I am Jason Allen. I am a realtor in Palm Springs, California. I'm here to give you your Monday market moment. And I want to say one quick thing. Uh, Over the course of the next 12 months, I'm going to be transitioning into a new sort of role. I'm going to be considered a real estate planner. This is what's required in order to do that is I have to take several courses, get certified in various aspects of what a real estate planner does. But at times you're going to hear me refer to myself as a realtor, and other times you're going to hear me refer to myself as a real estate planner as I get more comfortable in that role. All right, with that clarification, let me jump over to what's going on in the market. In order to do that, I need to share my screen, and I have my usual stats up. You should at this point be able to see my screen. Here's the scoop. I focus on Palm Springs. For those that haven't watched these before, I focus on Palm Springs only because that's the name that people associate with the Coachella Valley. I am today going to look at Rancho Mirage, which is one of our outlying cities. But let's start here in Palm Springs. First of all, I always like to say unit sales. February showed us 29 sales. Our inventory is up considerably from February of 22. In each of these cases, we're comparing this year with the previous year, the same month. Median sales price has dipped a bit. Days on market has gone up to 75. Now, there are two things that I want to focus on here. One is the sales to list price, and then the other is sales to the original list price. So in these two cases, we show that in many cases, the sales price is a little bit off of the listing price. And then in other cases, it's off a bit more. But in neither of these two cases are we seeing a dramatic reduction. So some buyers are contacting me saying, hey, this property has been on the market for 45, 50 days, less than the average days on market, and they're expecting a steep discount. We're simply not seeing that in the marketplace on a wholesale basis. Yes, there may be some exceptions, but we're going to look at what has recently sold in that neighborhood. And by recently, we mean the last 3 to 6 months. And that's going to help us drive what an appropriate price is. And think about it. Why, if a seller has their property listed for $500,000 and there's a neighbor that sold for 480 and there's a neighbor that sold for 525, so we're kind of in a sweet spot, why would that seller take $350,000 for their home? Why would that seller even take $400,000 for their home? Real estate is the type of thing that regardless of the market, there is going to be someone that's going to buy it. And so if a seller is going to consider an offer that is 10, 20, 30% off their asking price, why wouldn't they simply lower the price and let the marketplace bring more buyers to the table and thereby raise the ultimate sales price? Little economics 101 there. And then the last thing I always like to point out is that we still have a third of our homes that are going above the list price. So in order to get this 94.5 up here with respect to the original sales price, that may be 1, 2, or more price reductions, we're still not seeing dramatic numbers come off of that while we have a third of our homes that are being sold above the list price. Now, that's for single family homes in Palm Springs. Let me go to condos. Unit sales 25, inventory is up, almost double from last year at this time. Days on market is shorter. Again, look at these two. We're not seeing 10, 20, 30% off of the list price, even if they've had one or more price reduction. In this case, a quarter of the condos are going, almost a full quarter are going over the asking price. That's significant. It speaks to the health of our valley. Let me quickly jump over to Rancho Mirage. You'll see this name here, Rancho Mirage. Again, city just to our east. Fewer sales, but that's kind of historic compared to Palm Springs. Inventory is up considerably over this time last year. I would say a number of sellers in this market are feeling like they missed the boat. Days on market, almost 60. Again, we're not seeing big price reductions off the original price. Some of this I would even attribute to sellers realizing they could have sold a year or two ago at a higher price and actually coming onto the market at an appropriate price. In this case, we have maybe some of those sellers overcorrecting to come up with almost 40% of the homes being sold over ask price. That's for single family. Let's go to condo. Excuse me, that was condos. Let me go over to single family homes. Very similar. Now, homes, single family homes, we are seeing a bit more of a price reduction off the original list price. So maybe in some cases that speaks to the fact that in Rancho Mirage, like in Palm Springs, condos are very desirable. You're coming to the desert maybe as your second home or as a retirement place. But again, a third or above ask. So that's dramatic. Now, interestingly, I did the whole Coachella Valley in this screen, single family homes. This is aggregating all of our 9 cities. And you can see we are up considerably in terms of our inventory. Median sales price overall for the valley is up. Again, not seeing big price reductions. A third are going over, significant. Let me pop over to condos. Similar numbers here. Inventory is up about double for condos. Again, we're not seeing huge price reductions. And again, a third. So lastly, I close with Palm Springs specific. This little meter is given to us by the good folks at Chicago Title. And we're seeing that from last week, slightly more to a seller's market. So that would suggest that as interest rates dip a tiny bit, I showed you that chart last week, as those dip, we see more applications, we see more people come back into the market. I'll close. I neglected to mention the date. It is March 20th. Thanks for sticking with me. As always, feel free to reach out if you have any real estate related questions, regardless of where you are in the country. I'm happy to connect you with one of my referral partners. I have a pretty extensive network of Keller Williams agents around the country and in some cases around the world. That's all I got. Thanks very much. I appreciate your joining me. If you are seeing this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I always appreciate that. And if you're seeing it on Facebook, thumbs up.